The need is very high. From those children whose parents have died, for example, of HIV/AIDS, to children who are in an area where the nearest school is an hour and a half away, 150 children in a class, and where the teachers maybe turn up a couple of times a week. The benefit of helping those children is immense.
In 2003, Rihanna, our daughter, tragically died in an accident, and obviously we were devastated as a family. And in the aftermath of losing her, we started thinking about how we could change children's lives in her memory.
We met the partners in Kenya, and they'd been looking after children in their own home. And when we first visited them, there was just lots and lots of children in their home. It just wasn't sustainable. And they just wanted the opportunity to set up a proper children's home.
So it became obvious that we could do something to help these young children who didn't have a home to have somewhere to live and be cared for.
Ferrara's Children's Home was the first children's home set up by Rihanna's Fund. When I went there in September, it had just been opened for 10 years, so the first children have kind of started to move on. I was nervous when I arrived. There were so many people and I was on my own. The children are just like children at home, so immediately it was, can I play on your phone? Do you know Justin Bieber? Just before I went in September, there'd been a new intake of 1 girl and 3 young boys. The boys, none of them had front teeth, which was quite funny because they were all matching. And the little girl named Rosie, she was absolutely gorgeous. She'd had quite a hard start to her life. She arrived with a big belly full of worms and eating food off the floor wherever she could find it. But it was lovely to see her become part of the community there and everyone take good care of her.
The money did start coming in, and we knew that we were going to have enough funds to be able to do something more than the children's home. So that's when we started looking at school projects. One particular school was what started it all off for us, and that was Nakulabi Junior School in Kampala.
The original Nakulabi. First impressions were there was just some sheds in this field.
No back walls, leaking roofs, and they were crammed full of children, 80 to 100 children per class.
One thing you can't describe was the smell of it as well. It really was a slum, and we just knew then right away that we would like to get involved with the school.
Initially, we were able to fund the building of 4 classrooms.
So it's 10 years old now, and the school has just developed amazingly. In fact, it's impacted the whole area.
Initially, Joe and Terry approached me and they asked me to do some volunteer work and experience Uganda in March 2017. I don't think I was fully prepared for the enthusiasm of the children. For them to see a 6'7" giant white man, I had to very quickly clock on to the fact that, you know, I was a bit of a freak for them. I think one of the biggest things for me is that they had such a passion for school. Every single child wanted to be there. It was just such a thriving environment. Even when you walk around the classroom, there was a hum of positivity that was coming through the walls. So I was really taken back,
One of the first school visits that I went on was to a site called Malongo. They had got a school going. It was their project, but they were struggling. We initially built them a 3-classroom block. The parents started taking notice of that. More parents came and said, well, this looks, you know, like we're getting really good education. Better teachers came. We built another school block, and we've now got a school that's got 500 kids. The results are some of the highest in the area. The whole community has been energised. Now, that's not us, that's the community that has done that, but we can help facilitate the community to do that because they simply haven't got the resources, the financial resources.
Since starting our first project, Rihanna's Fund is supporting 3 children's homes. We also have been able to fund the building of 9 school projects in total. Whilst there's a need, we'd like to continue doing what we're doing, knowing that those children are getting the best opportunity to gain the education that they deserve.
We think Rihanna's Fund is a very effective charity. It's effective, it's sustainable, and it's supporting communities in what they want to do. We think that's a great model. but we need funding to achieve that. The more funding we have, the more children's homes we can run effectively, the more schools we can build. So every pound we get will be absolutely key in achieving a significant change in children's lives.